Okay, guys, hello and welcome to this live. It's going to be chaos, and I'm going to take the chance to have nothing better to paint because I'm focusing on printing my scenery for my diorama, next big diorama. That leaves me with this little guy to paint. No diorama for him, nothing. And then I thought I could do something very interesting. Just have a try, have a go at him, and try to make something that looks as good as I can in maybe 1 or 2 hours. I have no idea what kind of results I'm going to get. I don't think that's much of a problem. Yes, I don't think it's much of a problem. Let me check if everything is going all right. Yes, okay, it's open, ready to start. You can see in the background I have all my colors. Oh, I have forgotten one critical one. It's here. Yes, I got it. Very nice. Okay, and maybe a second one here. The light version. Oh yes, these two. Exactly what I was looking for. Was a bit in a hurry to prepare, so need a few things. You need to adjust a few things. If you allow me, thank you very much. Okay, something like this. Okay, I think it's really good. You see all the paints here because I don't know what I'm. Whoop. Oh no, camera is falling. Sorry. Oh my god. It was all good until it went all very wrong. Okay, please forgive me. Give me a second. Kind of a major inconvenience. It's falling like this. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not playing. It's just very annoying. Here. Oh, let me do something like this. And let me adjust, please. And once adjusted, the show will be live again. I have a problem with my camera that has fallen. You see it's falling like this, which is really drastically annoying. What the hell is happening? Falling to the ground. Let me think. Why? What's the problem? Okay. Is it better? No, it's falling again. Oh, please. Okay, I think now it's a bit better. Let me check. All stressed up because the setup has fell around. And now how is it? Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, is it good, guys? Glad to have you. And okay, first one announcement before we start. The channel has a new partner, and they do wallpaper, so coverage for the walls, and they have different themes. One is a sci-fi, and so if you guys are in the mood for this kind of decoration for your home, there is a code that's CTB05. You go on their website, and for the checkout, you enter the code, and you will have 5% in addition to your order. It's cumulative to other promotions they may have. So thank you for this new partner. It's a very new partner of the channel. And yeah, now let's go. You see this guy here? He has a lot of armor, and I'm seeing black armor for him. The cross would be red, and this would be kind of, like this kind of colors, maybe something like this and this. A classic tabard, I don't know if you say tabard, colors. So okay, let's get going. I have my different colors because I don't really know yet what I'm going to do exactly. And so, oops, sorry, could be anything. And I'm going to start with the armor, the highlights on the armor. Or you know what? I'm going to start with the colors I'm sure of. So for instance, the boots. I know will be this reddish brown to highlight it to pretty warm brown like this, even lighter. The armor should be black, the cross would be red. The sword, I'm not sure yet. Here on the base, the cobblestone, I could have some warmth and some length. Warmth and coldness? I don't know how you say that. Okay. And so, trying to use the techniques I've learned, not reinventing the wheel, but really just trying to make something. I'm very curious to see. I've never done that before, so I'm very curious to see if I can in fact do something that looks good fast. So, and I bring you along on the journey on the channel, and so let's go. I want this to be a classic little knight, and so he'll have leather boots, steel sword, maybe copper, something like this. And this would be the base coat, and you see it's not very opaque because I can play with the transparency in fact. Oh yeah, I think his boots are, yeah, to the bottom of it, to the bottom. So let's go. Here I cannot get it, it's in the shadow, but that's all right. So if I'm trying to speed paint like this, I have to really keep in mind two things, the colors and the values. And so it's a good idea in that situation to start with dark values, because I think a highlight, even if it's not blended to some kind of perfection, if it's in the right place and enough contrast, that will end up looking good enough. Okay, I'll do all the leather parts with this brown. So here we also have it here. and it's not perfect. In fact, everything here will be also under the guise of texture. And there is no magic trick. Just trying to keep it quick and trying to establish the colors quickly. And once I have my colors, I will select the areas I want to be light. So there's no need to start to highlight if I don't have the right colors. Hopefully I'm in the frame. You let me know if I'm not, but I should be. Yeah, everything here, the belt, everything I can do with this warm brown that I think is lovely can just be done now. And okay, it's pretty quick. Don't even need to be that precise if I don't want to. I think I am pretty precise, but this is not required at that stage. Because this is just a base coat. And trying to get a result with very standard painting approach. So here I already see some areas that can get some more. A second pass will bring the light in the right areas. Okay. And here, for instance, just in the middle of, this is a cylinder. Cylinder. I don't know how you say that really. Second pass. Trying to keep in mind that the highlight, they should be on the right spots on the part that it is. So for instance, trying to make sense on this like bag here, but also trying to make sense as a whole on the whole miniature. So if I have any other straps, I will do them now. And yes, here I believe I have one, and here as well. Okay, and maybe yes, the other arm also has this. Even if it doesn't have it, if I paint it, then it appears. So yeah, I think that's it for the leather parts. Something, because I haven't picked my color scheme really, I really have to go through the whole thing to start to check. There are a few, how to say, let's go with this, for instance. So for instance, I want the cross to be red here, as well as this thing here. But I will start with this color. So this is, I have to keep in mind that it will change with time, with the painting. So now I will have a first impression that will be very different from the result at the end. Just because I want this to be rich. So it won't be purple, it will be red, but that will bring a lot of depth. In fact, I could also wash, now that I have this paint on the palette and on the brush, I could wash the brown parts with this purple. I think it would do great because the brown is also pretty red, and so this is a purple. It goes with that nicely enough. Okay, second pass. Okay, some areas. Let me check if I have any other areas that would be red, so I would have this thing. Oh yeah, behind here, cool. And now I'm just base coating everything because in my values I'm really dark, and that's a mistake I would do all the time, I would say, when I was not as experienced as I am, although of course I have a lot to learn. That's nice color. Well, thank you. It's just a base coat. Hopefully we'll keep some of these tones. Okay, so that's it. Oh yeah, I said I would wash. So I take another brush and that I can mistreat or, to make the wash. So very diluted over the browns like this. And if it's too much, I will wipe it later. I don't really care at the moment. The objective also is to see if I can. So it's going the recesses, but that's fine enough. To see if I can paint something that looks cool very quickly, and this is because on the channel I produce dioramas. That's really my goal, to make dioramas, but to a pretty nice level, and so I have a lot of things to paint, and so if I can get a bit faster, so that's today's drill. Just be faster and let the brush decide what happens instead of trying to control everything. A bit of theory to go with that. Oh, sorry, just more on the left. Yes, that will be better. A bit of theory, like oh, it's cold, it's warm, but really I will try to, once I have a nice color selection and everything is harmonious, I will highlight. But first, I think that's enough, something like this, so we have the purple, and then I will not touch what is in the recesses. So I think, yeah, I will have to take this, let me check here, this, because it's going to be, maybe I should start darker. So I'm going on the go. I'm deciding, hey, you know what? I'll take this brown, the green brown. I will highlight pieces of the armor. Oh no, okay, just the cloth here, because I'm deciding on the go what I'm doing with the skin, the color scheme. And I do a color only if I am pretty sure of that I want it on the miniature. And each color helps me choose the next one, in fact. So that's the idea behind. And this is just the base coat, so my shadows won't be, oh, okay, I could have picked a gray, a green, a dark green, but whatever. Okay, I will keep it warm, and I can glaze in some green later, because it's gonna be more of a like paper color, very light leather. And I am trusting the process. That's it's not looking quick because it's not the quickest. It's not I don't know, slap chop or whatever. But the thing is, I'm choosing what I'm doing here, which is not the case with slab chop. And I think that is critical to improve. Okay. Something I'm very, you know what I'm thinking? The cloth, I don't know how you call that. This thing here, I don't know what color I should do here. Maybe you can tell me in the comments if you have any idea. You know what? I think I will wait for these parts because I don't know. I will stop the red cross and tabard because this is very important color shift. Otherwise, it keeps looking purple, which it won't be. So, and now I'm starting to apply the highlights. I have to really pick direction. So not over the whole purple, maybe over the whole purple, okay. Not in the shadows there, and here and there, okay. And more on this here area. Glazing a bit everywhere because I'm still pretty dark in the values. The most important is really to reduce the area of the lightest light. And so most of it won't be highlighted further, especially in the recesses and if it's at the bottom. But you see, it's a few seconds. Now here I have to be very careful. I have one glaze already. If I go too far on this color, I will lose my purple, which I don't want to lose. So now I'm not going in the recesses anymore. And you see it's already starting to look red. Yes, and here now it's very important not to highlight everything. I think that's the mistake I would do the most earlier in my painting journey. Trying to highlight everything, you know, following the theory of what should be highlighted and this and that. I think it's not much about that at all, in fact. You highlight what you want to put under the, how to say, the lights, for lack of a better term. Really, that's kind of the idea. Don't highlight everything. If you highlight everything, then there is no more points of particular interest. If everything is important, then nothing is important. So here I feel that it's going well, so I'm going to continue. And I'm going to have very dark shadows underneath here. And I think that's about it for this area, for instance. I will just highlight this area further with some powerful red that I have. So here the same, not everywhere. And here again, exactly the same, touching. Not too clean because I may do a mess with other colors. So no need for that. Let me check. Okay. The handle here is going to be. Oh, okay. It's going to be how to say, copper. So this is nice base coat for copper. So I'm kind of deciding the colors on the go, and trying to make sure I have something that looks coherent and, you know, attractive enough for the eye. And there is no gimmick. Everything is part of my practice, my drills. I just apply here. This is a beautiful color, AK red. You'll see how powerful it is. And I have to go with it now to give a sense of the red, and that will help me pick the other colors. Oh yes, this is improvisation. That's pretty cool. Should have titled the live like this: painting impro. That's exactly what it is, and that's why the beginning of the live was absolutely chaotic, very rushed at the moment, printing and doing stuff, 3D printing I mean, and so trying to do things, not expecting them to be perfect, but the most important sometimes is to do it, and not okay, so this is really now pretty dark, should remain pretty dark. Okay, I still want to go to something pretty powerful here in the center. Okay, so now it looks red, so that will help me with the rest. Same here. Okay. I love glazing. As you can see, that's what I'm doing here. Okay. And so that's the mid-tone. And I will wait before I do any highlight. Okay. Yeah, let's go. So this, yeah, I think I will pick this color for the base. Oh, I already have something. Okay, very good. I will mix that with my green brown. Yes, it was this one. So I will mix them. In fact, I will do how is it? It's a color line, or I don't know. So highlight. Oh, very good. mix 50-50, and then keep some of that pure of the original color and pure of the mid-tone. So I mix 50-50 the green brown with the gray, the reddish gray I'm having now. Glaze consistency, yeah, okay. And I'm trying to have something consistent with the highlight on the cross now. So not everywhere, although it's not the very light, so that's all right. Can go even lighter, I think. And if I need a better blend, then I will just come back to it. Okay, something like this. Oh, here, of course. So here, because I'm still pretty dark, in fact, I'm still bringing some of the light because my highlight will be a lot lighter. So if I don't cover maybe half of the current surface, maybe I don't have enough room for very light highlight. So that's also a mistake I used to do a lot. Not enough of that mid-tone over the very dark areas, and that will leave me no room for the highest light. Okay, something like this. And I don't know if you see that, but it's just starting to look a bit fancier. And so here I'm doing the base coat for this scroll here. And he will, if you stay and watch, you will see come to life. That's for sure. That's guaranteed. Because painting is a process. And the thing with slab chop and this and that, sometimes, I like to have... So slab chop originates from something called the grisaille. And grisaille is a black and white sketch, and then you glaze over it with colors. And I love grisaille. When I can do it, if I really want to. I mean, once you get the grisaille, to be honest, grisaille is great to have the values, to handle the values. But if you start directly with the colors you need, in fact, I think you can also save a lot of time. So here I'm picking the parts of the scroll that are facing the light. And you see I'm not really careful about what I'm doing because this is still pretty low value. It's going to be almost off-white to finish, but not everywhere. So I'm picking these areas that are facing like more upwards, and I have two ideas that are living together in my mind as I'm doing it. It is to, at the same time, trying to follow the theory of the light, so where the light should be, but also where I want to bring the attention. And I think if you observe the master painters, they just paint something that is hypnotizing. And I remember when I was less advanced in my painting journey, I would try my best to see, oh, I've applied the theory to the letter. How is it that it still look very poor and not interesting? And the main reason is that the masters, they apply the theory with intention. They pick the areas and they build the composition to express what they want to express. And they use the theory as a guide to achieve something believable, but it's not at all something that is meant to hinder the creativity, but just to guide it. And so really, it's not about sticking to the theory as much as using the theory to express what you want to express. And sometimes the reading of miniature, so what should be highlighted and this and that, what should be put into value, is very different from one painter to another. Sometimes it's similar. Sometimes the miniature dictates what should be emphasized. But I love to see two very different versions of the same miniature. And it's really about, oops, this is not diluted enough here. So try to erase the little mistake here. Yes, and I will come with my thinner brush now that I've done most of the work on the scroll. And so here I'm just half worried about the theory of what should be done. You see, I just highlight these areas. Here we go. I need a good amount of highlights if I want to go to my highest of the highest lights. Here, not as much because it's at the back. And all the roughness is helping me build something more interesting. And we call that texture. And I think when you see great painters do that, I think it's a relief for us, the people who, you know, are not masters. I don't know what we do, but I would say what I used to do is to try to be perfect, to have perfect blends everywhere. And I still notice that my paintings would lack a bit of expressivity. And if you watch a master, sometimes it's rough, but it's expressive. And so I've watched them a lot, how they paint, and try to emulate and more maybe understand what they're doing differently. And I think that's the, don't really focus on the, maybe if it's a painting competition, but if it's not a painting competition, they focus on expressivity and not like smoothness of the blends and this and that. You can add it sometimes if you want to, you know, make something really look better. But my understanding is that this is not at all necessary, and you know, you can just say it's texture, and people love it. And I think the reason is that it has some character. And if you see each brush stroke, chances are somebody who's painting the exact same miniature won't have the exact same patterns, because each brush stroke contributes to that patterns. And so it's also a beautiful way to have something very unique. So not blended perfectly. So good news for us. That's about my midtones here. So I have one line here, maybe here, and a bit here. Before I go further, I will do the armor, surely. The armor I wanted black, so I will take this. Let me check. Which one should I pick? You know what? So I have a slight preference for the AK paints. I think they're just smoother. They are both more vibrant, and when you spread them, they have a very nice transparency. So here I'm speed painting. I think it would be easier with this one rather than this one. I'll take this because I love the tone. But if I don't like how I can get quick and good-looking results, I will switch to the AK. Not to put the, how do you say, to condemn Vallejo. It's just I think AK is a bit superior. So let me try with the Vallejo. If I can get some nice blends just with glazing. So here, very important. I have to pick my areas of light. So a lot of the armor will be black. I want black armor, so I cannot do super duper light highlights. Oh, that's a bit too much. But this, I already planned to have some back and forth because black is really hard to get right. So you see I have my light. This is really defining where my light comes from because this is metallic. And I want a light that comes a bit from this angle here from the top left. And so that's a critical part here, and that may be the hardest part of the whole miniature, will be the black armor. And to begin with, even if my application of the first pass is not perfect, I will highlight, because it's the highlight that will let me know if the placement is attractive, more than correct. I was about to say correct, and it's not about being correct or anything. Is it compelling? So here, so I'm first managing the first angle from the front to decide of the light. And I'm using gray, and I will incorporate maybe some tones for tonal variation later. So it means I could get some browns or some bluish things to, do something more than gray. But I want, in fact, a warm black. And that's why I'm taking this gray, which is very nice base for that. So the trap, which I'm already falling into, is to have too much of this gray. But I'm aware, and this is the very famous Jean-Claude Van Damme. So, not quoting on purpose, but even if you're aware sometimes of what you're doing, even if you're aware you're doing it wrong, you kind of feel compelled to do it, which is a funny thing. I don't know if you have already noticed something like this, but I definitely have. Trying to keep something consistent over like 360 over the miniature, which is not the simplest. The shoulder pad here really is going to be very, very interesting. Let me breathe. The belt here also like this. The legs, I already have it here. Have secondary reflection a bit here. On the hand here, this is not the hardest because the angle is so obvious. Yeah, that's this something. The placement, the light placement is obvious. Sometimes it's not. So for instance, here on the helmet, it is not, and it's a challenge, but it's also good news. It means you have freedom in where you want to put it. But here on the fingers, for instance, there is not so much I can do anyway. Okay, now I have to think. So of course, my highlight on the shoulder pad is too wide. But I have this soft black, it's AK Quick Gen, so kind of a contrast. And I have invested a bit more in the solutions for the blacks because I can glaze that over it and kind of tame down my gray highlight because black for me is really the hardest. So here, let me just make it right. So here it should be. Maybe secondary highlight here is fine. Something here going over the whole length to have also something that reads 360. And I'll do the texture blah blah later. Now it's just really about trying to get the right placement and also the right shape. Shape of the highlight is critical. And now it's a bit hard to see because it's all, I don't know, maybe you see better than me on camera, but because the black, I'm sure you know it, when you have just base coated your miniatures with black, it's very reflective. And so when you apply some gray to that, a dark gray, you don't even see what is black, what is gray. I don't know if you see what I mean. I'm sure if you have the experience, in fact you do. Yeah, okay. And so now I've done a lot of applying this highlight according to the theory, and now I have the freedom, I believe, to do a bit of rule of cool, and nobody will say like, oh my gosh, this is 1 millimeter too much on the right or blah blah. Oh, okay, I have this as well. So it's the same for you. Imagine there's not so much as oh, it should be this and that. If you ask advice to a master and he makes recommendation, it's good to listen to. Otherwise, usually, I know a few master painters, and sometimes I go to them to know what they would do. Usually, they're very kind. They're almost not saying what you should do to get better. Just so it's hard to get good advice. But overall, it's never like always. It's more like choices you make and being consistent with the choice, rather than, well, if there is no obvious placement problem or So yeah, the NMM on the helmet is going to be a big piece of work. Whew, let me breathe. Something like this. Oh yeah, now I have the whole other side of the helmet. Trying to have, well, let me check. I have this here, should be here, so maybe check. Yeah, this in the shadow and some light here. Okay. So now it's a bit random, to be honest. I'm just placing this here and there, and that's, you know, what I just said about nobody will tell me, oh, it should be 1 centimeter to the left or the right. At some point is a vision of the mind. And as long as it looks cool, yeah, you can step away from, you know, the exact thing that it should be. Something like this. And here doing the edges a bit. Okay. Oh, and now this side. So, whew, yeah. Ooh. And the other leg, yes. The good news is, if you do NMM, this is the most important part. Picking the first highlight and the location, like the placement. Oh, that's the 90% of the job. Oh, look at this here. Should be here a good strong reflection, and secondary here. Just picking some areas that are interesting on the miniature. Here is very good for secondary highlight. And here reflection of the helmet, maybe something like this. Yeah. So here a simple edge highlight will be enough. This is very much on the, maybe secondary here, blah, and that's good enough. So here I will try to keep the consistency with the previous light here on the main shoulder plate. Okay. And this is very much a trust the process part. When I will, sorry for the earthquake, when I will go with the second pass, the second highlight, all of a sudden I start to read like metal. Over the second, I don't know if it will be the last, but I won't go too high because I wanted to read black. And so if you can stick with me during this boring part, you will see the power of sticking with the plan and trusting the process, really. That's all about that. I mean, you know, from afar, I would say it's not disgusting. Not disgusting yet. So the overall, let's say, scheme idea is kind of working. So pretty warm, very warm in fact. So here, you know what? I'm already thinking the blade should be very cold, like blue steel, very shiny, very cold, and that will bring a lot of contrast without gimmicks like OSL or anything. And the base will be cool as well. So let me just finish this here. I also have to brace myself. This is pretty intense because it asks a lot of thinking through the process. Okay, and I still keep it quick enough for you to, you know, follow along and see the progress before your eyes. So here the edge highlight on the top. Okay, so now let me check. I have a critical decision to make, and this is whether, so you see intermediate blue, so this is a cold gray. reddish gray. This is a warm gray. And I have to make the decision to do one or the other. I want a warm black, but with a cold highlight, I know it will pop more. So I think I will do that now. Let me think for a second. Just a second. I'll stick with the plan, and that will be good because that will be all very warm and integrated. Maybe the last highlight will be cold, but you know, I will try with this one. I already have it on the palette, so that's also convenient. Same color as this here, but the application is now very different. And so that's fascinating to see. Same color, different application should produce very different results. And that should be the beginning of a black OSL. Sorry, a black NMM. So now I'm painting with focus, and that's why there is a little bit less speech. And this is good because it brings a lot of warmth. And so even if my last highlight is cold for the contrast, I think I will still read very warm. Oops, it's a bit too much. So this shoulder really is has too much of that gray on it. That will be adjusted later. And you see how each step is faster with the NMM because the surface I'm highlighting is lesser. So the maximum effort really is in the beginning. You see just a few dots, and it reads as a highlight, it's enough. Has to be sparse. I'm also thinking of the next steps as well to keep the painting flowing. Oops, that's a bit strong, okay. Something like this. I haven't mixed the colors also, that's pretty stock transition. It's because I know, anyway, there is no, if I want it to look better, I will spend some time just blending. But now I just want to, find the placement, the values, because it's really hard to have a metallic black. It's very easy to switch to, some kind of a dark gray, dark steel, which is fine too. But I'm trying to, aim for something and get it. So I know if I want some good blend, I will have to spend the time, which is not what I'm going to do in this video. Maybe I will do it, later. It will be just glazing and going over again. Once I have the right shape and values and colors as well, I will be able to afford, spending more time to refine. Mistake I've done many times before is trying to get the good results before I have confirmed that everything was in place, the right values, rich enough hues. So now I'm trying really hard to not do that. But okay, you know what, to be fair, I mean, I don't know, you can tell me like in the comments, like, is it disgusting? Huh. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's a disgrace. Whoops. Nah. It's okay. To be honest, it's been an hour, exactly an hour. I'm going to continue painting live, with the camera, because I think all that work is going to pay off, and I want to show you, the proof. Yes. A bit of texture here, just to make the thing, and giving myself room for highlights, very, very high lights. Okay. I will introduce some colds. I don't know how you call that. Some coolness. Oh, maybe it's coolness. Yes. And how I'm gonna do that? I will take my snow blue like this. snow blue, and I will mix it to this color here. I will do a mix to really, because I'm not sure this is, oh. Should I go with the white? Because this is already blue, maybe with the white so that it's higher in value. That will be my very last highlight. I think this, like these two in value, they are similar. So I need to go lighter. Do I need to, do something as harsh as a bluish highlight? That might be too extreme. I'm thinking, taking a second to think. I'll go with white, this and white. I think that's fine enough. Okay, let me put that on my palette and make the mix. Yeah, this is really very much a blue. Oh yeah, same value, so a bit of white. And that will be very bright for a black armor. Okay, I think I have it. So I was quick, like this. So it's pretty bright. And now I'll be very selective. Not everywhere where I want it to, bring the attention. And I think the choice I've made to take this warm gray now makes a lot more sense with that. If I can keep it underneath. See, I'm very scarce or sparrow. Well, I don't know how you call that. Sorry, my English is not good. I just want to say I use very little. Edge highlighting is great. Also here, it's a bit controversial, not getting much light, but it will add some readability. Something like this. Yeah, okay. So this is pretty diluted, so it kind of blends naturally. Something like this. Here, yeah, maybe a bit of an edge highlight just here. Okay, something like this. Very likely to tone that down just later. Okay, with a bit of texture, it's all right. So I'm sorry if you can hear some child screaming in the background. It's how it is in the house. Okay. Edge highlight for readability. Ooh, that's pretty strong, but okay. Again, I will do the rest of the armor with that cold highlight. Not too strong, so if I do something that is too strong, the transition is very stark. If I do something that is close to a glaze, I get a natural transition, which is exactly what I'm not doing now. Very good. Whoops, exactly what I'm doing wrong here. Yeah, something like this is a little better. The edge, try and catch the edge. Ooh, it's a bit thick. Very strong reflection here, so I go with the highlight, no worries. A bit more diluted. I feel this area really would benefit from more light. So I'm just a bit more diluted now, kind of tinting the thing pretty subtly, being more subtle. This is not subtle at all. So if I want to fine-tune the black armor, I will really have to spend the time on it, which is very likely to happen, but maybe not during this live. a bit too rough, but that's all right. Okay. Let me check. Yeah, it's pretty successful application here, very good. Not everywhere. Okay, let me think. So first, something that is striking here is that there is a piece of armor, black armor here. Should get some highlight, although very much in the dark here. And here, edge highlight with this gray. Okay, so I'm about to use, oh, yeah, sorry, there is here the leg as well. I'm about to use the black, the contrast black from AK to remove a lot of that extended gray areas to keep only hopla. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Soft black, I've just got it. Haven't used it much, so but I bought it to that purpose of doing exactly what I'm about to do now. Soften the transitions between the gray and black, because this is a problematic area, and so I will also refine the shape with that. Let's see how it does. If I have an area that is a bit too bright, yeah, exactly here, for instance. Here I have way too much highlight. That's why I was not worried a moment ago about maybe the paint going in the recesses or being too thick. This is a very quick way, you see, to fix the mistakes like this. If I have, for instance, highlights in this recess, boom, now it's done. Here I'm breaking the highlights, so it's not a continuous line. Bringing back everything towards black, and that's just the beginning of the refinement. But I have to do it now to show you a little bit of the process, right? Otherwise, it's like, oh, well, yeah, it looks bad and that's finished. No, it's just the beginning, really. If you want some really good looking black NMM, well, you know, if you're a master, yes, of course, you don't need to do this back and forth. I'm still really very much learning, and so for me I have these tricks that allow me a bit of room for a mistake. And also it's very much blending, you see, between the gray and the black. And so that's why I took the soft version, soft black, you see, and it is low intensity. Because this is really troublesome. It has always been troublesome for me. So trying to find the tools to help me. I may end up like kind of washing up everything, but first I do the transitions and blah blah, and correct a bit the shapes. And if I want to tone it down like this, for instance, then I will do an overall wash. It's not absolutely necessary yet, I believe. Now I'm just doing it on the edges. I don't know if you have noticed, to really smooth out the transitions. Oopla, that's a bit strong, but okay. So now I have a nicer edge highlight in the center. And that's how I can modulate the intensity of the highlight to keep the highest highlight there, and here still have the black effect, but with a lower intensity. So for instance, here it's a lot lower intensity, but I have to continue, you understand? It's not, it's a process. But yeah, you see, I think the reward is coming, and especially each brushstroke is my choice. And I think, you know, it's not that it's better or what. I think to learn, it's very important. And so here's definitely my practice drill on black armor, which is a delight when it's well done. But yes, it is hard. It's hard because well, I don't know if you already do NMM what, but for me the trickiest is not the placement even. Like the placement can be approximative like it is now. I think the trickiest is the values. because it's NMM, you want to highlight pretty high. But because it's black, if you highlight too high, then it's not black anymore. So trying to get this balance right. It needs a bit of practice. But I mean, I would not say this is terribly ugly as well. So here I need a lot. Look at this here. I need highlights again. So I interrupt my black here to put back some very highlight there. Something like this. And I will glaze the edges to smooth back the transition to black. In fact, I will add some of that. Oh yeah, it's a mix I have here. Pretty diluted. The warm gray I had. Add it on the edges. Oops, that's too much. Okay, something like this. You see, so I still have some warmth and blah blah, and it's a bit dirty, but it's less. In fact, dirtier. I mean, it's a bit more organic. Now I will reduce the size of this. Back to my black. I don't know. It's not a wash. I don't know what it is really. Ooh, okay. So, and also it helps me really get the right shape, and I think I'm getting there. So that's cool. Here I may need some real black here in that recess here. Yeah, or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, something like this. You know what? Look at these parts here, and you know, you have a lot more definition with the camera than I have with my eyes, and so you will see all the roughness a lot more than me. But overall, for the time spent, I think this black armor is starting to look like what it should be. So I think I will try a glaze on everything. Just reload a bit on the palette, a glaze to tone down everything. You know what? Okay. Lastly, I will have a very last bright highlight, and then I will glaze that on top of everything. So now I will just select maybe, I don't know, like 3 areas that I really want to pop on the miniature, and that will be that. So I have very light gray. It can be too light, it can, because I'm going to glaze over it. So now let's see. Yeah, you see how bright that is? Now we'll pick a few sections. So here. I will dilute slightly more. Here, there, and maybe something here. That will be it. It's tempting to do more, but I don't think I will. I think this is pretty much balanced here at the back. It's more the front that I'm struggling a bit with. Oh, I think that's better like this. And now this area here. So you see how I try to surround my lightest highlight with that here, the brownish gray, reddish gray in fact. Okay, so now back to my black. I'll do the edges and then a full glaze on the whole thing. Yeah, this definitely is full glaze, so let's do it. Be strong. Let me erase it just here. Yeah, okay. So just like the principle, if you have already seen somebody paint oil paints on the miniature, they do a big wash and then they wipe the excess. I'm doing exactly the same, but in fact, big news, you have never needed oils to do that. Just do it while it is still wet. Let me reload, and that will be the end of the black armor. I will do the rest. So it was a bit of work, and so yeah, now the helmet. These are the most important parts. It's blending, it's adding the definition, it's making it darker again, back to something darker. And now I erased it here in the very center where I want my highlight, and here, very good. Ooh, I think it's pretty neat. I will dilute a bit more, and so I don't have to wipe it here. I think it's pretty much what I want it to be here already, so that's cool. Here we go. Yeah, the back as well. Yes, I've done it already. Here, definitely I need some. Here, yep. I like it. I mean, I don't know what you think, guys, if you've been there for a while. But yeah, challenge accomplished somehow. Something has happened on this black armor, and it's not bad. So it's already good. It's already a victory. If it's not dreadful, then it's a win. well, you can say in the comments, say, oh man, it is dreadful. I was like, for sure, but no, I don't think it's dreadful. Okay, let me erase what I want because was already pretty nice. So here I want some light, here as well, here too, there on this main highlight, and there. Something like this. I think here I lost my metallic effect, but it's okay. I'm going to get back to that. It's a cylinder, so it's easy surface to work with. Good news. Yeah, okay. Okay, so just doing the leg here, this leg here, and then I will continue the miniature. Pretty happy with that. Quick and, well, quick, you know, relatively quick. That's what I mean, of course, because you understand miniature painting, there is no such thing as super, well, I mean, yes, okay, for masters, but I'm not a master, so I'm sorry. Oh, something like this. Yeah, I said this, okay. So I'm taking my blue grays, intermediate blue in fact, and I'm going straight with that for my highlight here. I think it's gonna do just what I needed to do. That's fine enough, exactly, more or less. Okay. And also, guys, to remind you, if you ever want to do some wallpaper job in your house, have a new partner to the channel, and they offer a 5% promotion that is cumulative with the other promotions they have. In fact, it's not any kind of wallpaper. It's they have different themes, and one is a sci-fi. I found their products were pretty good, and so that's why I thought like, why not collaborate? It could be good. Have some lovely sci-fi themes, and they can do also big surfaces. And I thought it was pretty nice. So there is a code. I have the website linked in the description. And maybe just after that or before that, I have the code CTB05. To get 5%, I would get also 5% commission, to be transparent. But I mean, the thing is, whether you want to do it, whether you don't, anyway, it's not something you'd wake up and watch a YouTube video and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do my wallpaper. So if you like it and you want it, then that's a chance. Of course, if you don't need to do it, well, then you don't. Okay, I will have it dry and have another pass of that. This is pretty important here, because even though it's small parts, and I think it's mirroring what I have at the top here, it's still pretty nice to have the eye run around the miniature, like going from here to here. I think that's pretty good. I'll do maybe an edge highlight, and that would be it. Edge highlight with my intermediate blue, which is a gray in fact. there is an edge highlight already. Okay, something like this. I liked it better before the edge highlights. Oh, what a shame. A little bit of that reddish gray tone here to bring some warmth and contrast in temperature. Okay, something like this maybe. Okay, I think that's good. Like this. So that's the black armor. Oh, speed paint, you know. I think I'm gonna do all the leather. Now it's easy. Let me check which color. This is a bit too saturated to my taste, but if I go with something like this maybe, and leather, yeah, okay, very good. Taking this brown here. Oh, maybe these ones. Let me check. Maybe start with this one. Oh, it's a less red. No. Okay, let's do it here. I will check. This is not very important. The boots and stuff. It's not a game changer, especially compared to the armor here. Big blow of paint that I have. A little bit of to work it on the palette. Sorry. Yep, okay. A very old paint, so okay. Now let's see how this highlight does on the leather here. I'm just concerned that it's a bit too yellow. Yes, okay, so different approach engaged right away. Oh, it's very yellow, so have to mix it maybe. But I will start with this one. I think this one is more in line. Yeah, it's lighter than the, yeah, okay, very good. It's called dark brown, but in fact it's not very dark. Sorry for the camera shake, but it's just above my shoulder. And every time I move, of course, it brings a bit of movement. And now this would benefit from a rough application because leather, it's if it's roughened, then it looks more realistic. So very good because the rough is quick. It's a perfect color, so it's a bit yellow, but not too much. So that step is very quick because really it doesn't need to be crazy. It's definitely not, it's more like helping the paint job to look pretty cool, but it's not decisive. Now we're starting to get some pretty cool looking Templar. And that's exactly what we do. Yep. A bit more dilution will help here. Yet. So here I do something pretty dirty and you will just look good because it's leather. So I can afford to do something like this, some dots here and there. And leather is kind of meant to be roughened. So here I have a big ray of light, so that's where the highlight would be, something like this. And fading slowly to dark. And this is really the case study, I would say, of a highlight that should not go everywhere, just where you want to push the attention. So here, no more than this, maybe. Opla, that's a bit, you see here. Yeah, here, will be there and there. Oops, a bit strong, but okay. I could get here, can I? It's pretty tricky to get, you see on the belt, the edge of the belt. Oof. Okay, and you see now I have the purple in the shadows. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna do something here. Take this, the red, one of the reds I've used, in fact I've used the purple and then a dark red that is very, very magenta. I'm using it here. I think the purple is way too, oops, prominent. Has to be more diluted. So, okay. Way too prominent, and so it's kind of, you know, breaking the illusion a bit. So if it's too obvious, then the magic kind of disappears. Yeah. Hey, I think he's starting to look fancy. And I will highlight now the cloth and this here. I will try to, you know, take a different direction. I will take that for the cloth, and I think I will just use some white, so desaturate for the paper here, the parchment. I will highlight further, definitely the how to say this. Oh, I may use that even, you know, pretty saturated. Shaking the paint. Some light ochre. Is that it? Ochre orange. Okay. From AK. Highlights the boots. Well, all the leather, in fact. Yeah, I love the color. Very good. Very sandy brown, so not too red. Let's try. And so I will highlight towards the center here and there. Here as well. And beneficial to here, how to say, have a bit more dilution. oops, a lot more dilution. But I can always glaze back to, you know, kind of get rid of that over highlighting, so that's all right. Oops. Can you see? Yes, you can see on camera. Very good. Yeah, I think that will be it for, you know, because this is speed paint. Definitely don't need to do much more than that on these elements. The armor was a big piece of work. The reds, I think they're more in line. Now what I have glazed this kind of magenta red to cover the purple. Oh no, I forgot something very important. The belt here in the front is in the back, not in front. Yeah, okay. Something like this. It's a quick speed paint. So, oh, here we go. Tricking the mind into thinking that there is something here. In fact, you know, it was just a few dots of paints. Okay, let's go. Now let's do this here. I like it pretty dark like this, to be honest, but I will highlight because it will look even better. That's, you know, a valid reason. So I will mix the reddish gray. I don't have this on my palette anymore. Let me give you a moment to manage the paints orderly with some deck tan like this. Shake, 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 and then mix, mix, mix. And the highest light on this part here will be the deck tan. Whoa, blimey. Whoa. Put the paint everywhere. Kind of exploded. Let me check. Sorry, a little accident here. I will be there very soon. Okay, it's good. Blah, 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 blah. Let me think. Okay. Something like this, and oh yeah, the highlights. Okay. So I'm mixing my colors right now to get a highlight that is strong, but allows some, yeah, I need the transparency here. And to be honest, I think I should now take a smaller brush that would help me with the very fine dots I'm about to do. Okay, let me put back the music, sorry. And so this, the music ending indicates that it's been 2 hours. That's about, I think I will do the sword and the base quickly and that will be done. Because if it's too much, then it's not speed paint. Well, I mean, for me, 2 hours for miniature is pretty quick. Of course, you know, you have to make sure, depends on the standard you're going for. Okay, and then this. I'm gonna do the last highlights, so that would be pure deck tan. A bit too stark, you see. Hey, trying to go fast. It's never the right move. Oh yeah, okay. Take my black here. Okay. And here, oh, there's some ash. Yeah, cream, brown. That was my first, very first dark face color. Okay. Okay. So that was, I would say, time-wise, an expensive mistake. That's okay. Happens. Oh, it's just something like this. That would be enough. The front is like this. Oh yeah, the parchment. It's parchment. Highlighted with white, reddish gray with the white. So it's very desaturated and it's a bit different color from this here. Okay. Oh, wow. The reddish gray with the white is in fact exactly what I have for the other. Let me check. I want to change the. Let me think. Maybe a bit of this green here. Yeah, here, this one, green sky. Also a color. Well, it would look good also on the black armor. But the black armor is just kind of finished now. No real need to do it anymore. Adding a bit of that green just to have tonal variation. So means a bit of a different. Here we go, color. Yeah, very good. Okay. And now I will highlight that with just white and white and white, but now it's a greenish something. So a greenish something. Here it is. So I dilute a bit more because I was a bit aggressive. Whoops. Again, more water. This is very powerful paint, it appears. Okay, getting back to some of that reddish gray to smooth some transitions. Although, you know, it's not too bad, to be honest. Maybe here and there, you see, oopla, it's too strong. I think that should be it about, you know, for the parchment. I think so, right? It's not meant to be. Huh. Maybe the very last highlight, a bit of white added to the mix, or just a second pass of this. Let's see how strong it is. It is pretty strong, yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay, and now the last highlight with some more white. I have to pick my area. Where should it be? I'm not sure yet, in fact. And that's really, you know, me getting absorbed into the painting. But I think it's great, just opportunity to make something great. So why not? You know, greater than. Okay, I think that's enough. Maybe here as well. Apply. Here we go. Okay, and I will reinforce the scriptures. You see, I have painted over some of them with my. I will glaze some. Oh, I will let it dry first. I have my kind of black wash that I can use on it. Okay. Like in some of these areas, here and there. Oh, wow, this is very flowy. Nice. Exactly what I need. And that's enough. That's cool. You know, the rest is clear enough. So no need to be crazy with that. Okay. I will do what? I will do a highlight on the red. Very important. Okay. And now I will glaze with the red to get back the red, how to say, hue. But of course, these points of light, they will read lighter even with the glaze. So oh, something like this. That's pretty cool. And now, yeah, the base and the sword. Should I continue the live? That's a great question. You know what? Why the hell not? It's okay. Okay. Let me think. Let me think, please. Allow me just a second. I'll do the bass. Yes, I'll do the bass first. So here we go. I have my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Oxford. This is tremendously beautiful color. And so that's exactly what I need here. For the bass, I think. Oh! Sorry, look. Oh my god. Oh no, I put some blue on my phone. Sorry, that is recording. Whoopsie. Let me, sorry, try to get it. Yes, sorry. I'm sorry about that. I got out of control, like it often does when you handle the paints, trying to hurry up. It doesn't work. Never. It's pretty much the opposite. You end up messing up. Yeah, you see here all these colors, blue like here. Maybe it was meant for the base. Yes. Yeah, sorry, I made the camera move again. Just like I said, it's the camera just above my shoulder. So every time I move to my right to grab some paint, sometimes I just knock the camera and the phone. So now the cobblestone already starting is has popped. And it's time to go Van Gogh, which means, you know, do whatever you want on the miniature. Add some colors here and there. I think first I will do the, oh yeah, I have this highlight here, very good. Okay, so I mixed it. Hola, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. The light comes from this side, so that would be something like this. Coming on our little guy here. You know what? I'm very tempted to do something like this, and then the shadows here. Okay. Oops, it's this one. Okay. So I'll do everything, and then I will paint the shadow over it. Okay. So you see I'm adding more and more yellow to the mix. DJ. So I'll do everything here, and then after that I will have the shadow. You know what? A bit more water in there. Okay, something like this is fine. And I think I will glaze some of that original Oxford. So I have to be very glazy here. Like this. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And this is not glazy enough, of course, it's too strong. I will take back my tone and fix that. Here, okay, and I think that's fine. I have to glaze some of that original color here to put the light back in this. Ooh, that's not glazy enough. And that's better. Something like this. Now more of that yellow for a last highlight, especially the edges. Something like this, the very front. Something like this. I think that's pretty cool. And so now should I go with some purple or whatever? I'm not sure. Should I do it or not? Yeah, I have some red, some here on the. Let me do something here also. I will mix my. I have a remnant of the dark transparent black and do a glaze on the very side here, just to really frame the light in the center of the base. Something like this is fine. Let me check. Should I introduce some of that, I don't know, purple? A bit on the base, I think it's a good idea. Just to, hey, I like the contrast here now. It's very, how to say, cold. And if I add this, because it has some red, it will look warm. But why not, after all? Why not? Just like I said, Van Gogh, I don't know what I'm doing, just, you know, I had this on my palette, you know, and because this is warm sunlight, kind of, it's not the name of the paint, but, you know, and I mixed it with Oxford and it gave me a beautiful gray. And so then I just add some more of that, how to say, one of the other color to get to the shadow or the highlight. And then, you know, I will introduce a bit of purple here, violet, red, very diluted, and in some areas just to, you know, where I think it's relevant to attract the attention. So for instance, you know, transitions. So here, for instance, is interesting. Also at the very, very edges here. So the blue shifts to a purple, which is, oh, maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the best way to place it is exactly here. More water, this is not subtle enough. And this is going to be erased by the shadows I'm about to paint. Cast shadows. So here, in fact, is very, very relevant. Yes, in the blue shadow. It's very nice to have it, some warmth here and there. It looks like, you know, it's very rich and blah blah, but in fact you see it was very quick. Looks good, you're really fast, sounds like you're in a good mood today. Well, how to say, yeah, I haven't been painting for, I don't know, more than a week, so I'm glad to put some paints, but also I'm also very glad that it worked out, because just like I said, nothing was decided when I started, and so it could have turned pretty bad. And so I think you're right. The mood is fine, because it has kind of worked for me here on this live. And so, in fact, I'm glad to have you. I'm glad that you made it, Lucifer. I think that will be it. I like that it has like the cold cobblestone feel of a medieval city, but it's pretty rich. And now, yeah, I will do the cast shadow. So the cast shadow, I have my personal technique. I have a look and I paint. I'll take some, let me get the paint. This tiny brush gray. And thank you. So that's the objective really is to have something that looks good and still pretty fast. So, you know, if it's like 3 hours now, for me it's pretty fast because I could spend 3 hours on just a sword or something, you know, or a shield or, you know, a part of the miniature. So whole miniature, 3 hours, it's relatively fast. And just trying to apply some things I've learned. Let me check if it's here. Yeah, you see I'm building the cast shadow like this. Can be, how to say, approximative, it's all right. So yeah, the cast shadow, you know, once you kind of confident with it, it's just you paint it and it appears. So that's. Whoops. Yeah, I think I have this here, just like that. Something like this, you know, really fast. And I will allow myself to rework that briefly, shortly, just quickly. Okay. I think that's enough for the illusion. It's not, of course, the more refined, the more realistic it will look. The light is coming this way. It's not too terrible. Taking that gray here is having, and then especially this area here. Opla, I'm going to touch up like this. Oh yeah, better. So a bit more contrast, and you see the shadow reads better. And to be fair, that's something like this. I'm going to rework the cobblestone, but the shadow itself is considered done. Okay, like this. Whoops. I think also overall this kind of quick painting, you know, I'm not looking for perfection, and of course there are many things that, you know, could be retouched, but it's very enjoyable in fact. Okay, something like this. And I don't even think, yeah, it's okay, I'm not sure I will retouch anything, in fact. Just pretty good glaze of that blue, and that will be it. It's an Oxford blue, just a glaze. Here, for instance, and there. Something like this. Yeah, and maybe over the shadow, let me check if it's relevant to have a glaze of that blue in the shadow. I don't know. Or maybe another color, I don't know. Let me think. Yeah, maybe not. It's okay, it's fine. Now, let me check. Yeah, I still have the cloth here. Haven't decided, it's still black. Although, I may leave it, I don't know. Okay, I just understand what that is now. Let me check this. Oh, okay, it's just some cloth. Let me check. Oof. That's the belt. Forgot the belt. It's just a big highlight, and that's the 3-second NMM. Here we go. I will highlight with a pinch of white, and that will be it. Like for instance, here, here, and here, and here. And that's, looks almost finished. What's standing on the scroll? Sorry, what is written, you mean? What's written on the scroll? I have I need the sword. I need to do the sword. In fact, I need to do here some cloth here. Maybe this black is fine enough for speed paint. In fact, it's pretty tricky because you know what? Yeah, okay, I will do that. Oh, I know I know, very good. Yes, this is extra dark green, and in fact, it's a gray with a green hue. So that will be for the cloth, because green has worked very well. Um, and then I will do the sword. Okay. The message on the paper he's holding, toilet rules. No, you know why? Okay. I got this little guy, I can tell you. You tell me if it's a good idea or not. At some point, I would like to, maybe try to have some patron and stuff, and this kind of, the artistic way of, doing your art. And so there would be this miniature and a card with there would be different tires for patrons, but the highest tire will have this miniature and a card with the name of the patron, if there are several, but standing right behind it, and so he's the scroll knight. This kind of idea, so that would be for the patrons, and that would be visible during the lives. That's what why I picked this miniature to begin with. I don't know if I will do it one day, because I have a very small audience, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but that's the idea behind the scroll. I found it funny for that purpose. So I'm loading my palette with this. You see, that's the green, very dark green, kind of a crocodile green, dark crocodile green. I can use my own paint names. That's a cool idea. Well, thank you. I don't know yet, if I will do it eventually, but yeah, he's here. Okay, so I use a dark green and highlight, so I will do just the cloth like this and something pretty quick. I like to have a bit of color in there and also here, so it looks mostly dark with a hue of something. Yeah, here as well. This is just so that it does not look unpainted black, but you see, it is exactly what it is, unpainted black. But to keep it in the rule of the speed painting, this is really not the most important, and so that's where I cut corner on his little cloth here, and I think in black it looks cool, so that's also one reason. And yeah, the parchment has some green in it. It's pretty okay. It's looking great, I think. Could even highlight with a bit of that. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay. Okay. So I'll do a highlight. It's always like this. Have ideas and then, oh yeah, it will look cool and blah blah blah, and then I don't want to do too much. Oops, that's a bit stark. But then with an idea comes the desire, yes, the desire to execute it. And so here we go. So it's not black. Thinking about the future is good, and I think it's a funny way to appreciate your patrons. Well, thank you for your feedback. It's I don't know, when I could do it or the right moment for me. It's a bit hard to decide, and really to launch it. I think it's a bit scary. I have to tell the truth. I think it's just because I don't know how people will react. It's hard to judge the intentions, of people watching. So I'm a bit afraid to have a bit of a pushback. I think that's it, to be honest. Okay, I will wash it with my green. With a black. What do you think about Trench Crusade? I think there are a lot of possibilities for miniatures and panorama work. Well, yes, it is very rich again. I think it's pretty popular as well, so it's a pretty good topic to dig. I have, in fact, these few days, I haven't been painting because I am preparing dioramas. And so I was painting this little mouse, I'm sure you remember. And so I will do a diorama for the little mouse, and I have also 2 other miniatures behind it that will be very, very good fit for a diorama. So that will be this, and also I have prepared previously a Tyrannid versus Space Marine diorama for the channel. I asked on YouTube, I made a poll, and my subscribers chose Tyrannid versus Space Marine diorama. So I think if I can do this, that will be already a lot of content for sure. But then, yeah, it always depends on the opportunities and yeah, what could arise. Okay, I think that's this. I just need the how to say, the sword, and that will be it. It's cool. That's good. Okay, the sword. Oh wow! So the sword also has some important elements here, and there is here. I will start with that. Okay, cool. How to say? Sorry, is I forgot the name. Copper? Yeah, a bronze thing here, and okay, a red gem here maybe. So we have the red here. Is a good idea, I believe, to reinforce the red. I'm talking of red here, yeah, something like this. Okay. So So that's NMM now, NMM time. A big endeavor again. Yeah, okay, I have already the base coat, so that's cool. This brown here. Whoops. Okay, reloading, starting the copper with this color. I really want to finish this mini live, and so I will continue. I think I just had the sword. I've been painting for quite a while now, so it's tiring, but I think if I can do it, that's really cool for the channel, you know, and hopefully you guys are enjoying. But I think, yeah, I have to push through, and that would be for me the first time I, you know, finish a miniature live from A to Z. It's a pretty big achievement, I would say. So here, a bit of randomness is allowed, because the most important will be nice contrast. Okay, something like this. And then I will rise to, okay, can't wait for the next stuff. I'm pretty sure in the future there will be more people appreciate your work. It's a long process. Yes, thank you very much for your kind words. And I get it, you know. I think you to have people willing to support you, you have to be very good. Otherwise, you know, why would people, you know, really support you? So that's, yeah, part of the game for sure. You have to earn it, right? So. So that's my main color for the copper. But I already have to be careful, because if I lose my shadows, I try to add it where it would make sense, but this is very small and I'm trying to go fast, so of course it it will be less than perfect. Okay, highlighting. Oh, I already have the color necessary to highlight. That's perfect. Mixing on the palette, and then okay, something like this. I have my, oh, it's a color string. All right, the word earlier in during the live just kept eluding me, but yes, a color string. So that's okay. I try to pick one tone because I don't have room, time, and anything to pick many tones, but that's where the NMM will start to work with the highlight. I absolutely feel it gets cold every week for my writing, but in the end it's necessary. But well, for me, you're the best. I don't know, you're the only one I can watch for hours in a row. Well, I'm very glad to hear that. That's quite a compliment. I think I still have a lot to learn. That's for sure. And I really hope, you know, I will be given the chance to do something. So, but yeah, thank you for your kind words. That's really means a lot. Yeah. So here I'm going pretty fast, but I really have to get that highlight. Okay, I will highlight with the, how to say, I had this deck tan on the palette already. It's a good time to pull that up now. Oops, sorry, I hope I'm in front of the camera. I'm just making my mix here. Deck tan for a pretty light highlight, and then deck tan will in fact be my ultimate highlight, and that's what will give the NMM effect. Hopefully, because I'm going very fast and I'm not sure I'm working well enough to give out this NMM feel at the end, so no guarantee here. Because I'm eager to finish, to be honest. because my energy is of course starting to run, and whew. I want to finish for the achievement, and okay, I will do the final highlight with the pure dectan, and then I will glaze some of that mid-tone in, because you see with all that highlight I lost everything. I mean, I lost the color itself, right? Now it looks just white, or highlighted like this. Also, finding a brush would help, but if I start to switch brush, that also adds some time to the paintings. Already rich enough, I would say. Yeah, something like this. Glazing and getting back this orange tones is pretty good. Taming the highlights, but also getting back to something more in line. Okay, I will reinsert some shadows. How hot is it where you are? I can imagine the heat is not making your work more easy. Our environment is already pretty hot. I think I go swim with the kids later. Yeah, it's pretty hot, but we have the AC, and so for that, in fact, I live in an Asian country. I'm French myself, and I live in an Asian country, and so they all have the AC here, because it's kind of not tropical, but very humid. You cannot live without AC in the house. It's I know in France, for instance, most people, like, it's common to have the AC, but it's also common to not have it, and so I understand that the suffering from the heat hits different. Also, if I'm correct, it can get pretty expensive, so I understand that many people choose to not use the AC. And the advantage of the technique I'm doing now, I'm you see, dropping some of the diluted dark tones in there. It settles in the middle, and it leaves the edges highlighted, which is cool for me. AC is nice. AC is something only rich Germans have. The first thing I have is selling my first book is a bigger apartment with AC. Oh yeah, you're writing books? I remember in France it's the same. You know, even if people they find an apartment that has the AC, they tend to not use it because it gets expensive very quickly. So now I'm glazing with the copper color to get a good saturation. I will do a last highlight pass, and that will be this part, you know, kind of finished just to go quick. Yeah. Whoops. I was a bit too bold. Okay. Writing a universe since years, and the highlights on the swords on ice. Sorry, are you talking of? I haven't painted the sword yet, or is it related to? Is it the title maybe of your book? Almost finished with book 1 from 21. I'm working on it's all connected, so it's not easy getting ready for publishing. Yes, I understand. I don't really know much about the book universe, but I think creative work is really very hard to, you know, to do anything, or, you know, let me check. Okay, I will do the last highlights and that will be it. I think that's decent enough. Just some touches on a few areas. So for instance, here, here, and there, and here, and here. Oh, okay, I think it's fine now. You know, with a bit of patience, I think I managed to do something. No, the copper light details you have make on the sword handle is a little bit chaotic here in the tiny flat. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was wondering. So thank you for your precision. In fact, you know, communication is hard, and written communication as well. So don't feel any embarrassment. You know, I would rather clarify, and hope it's okay for me to ask this clarification. Doesn't mean that you've done wrong or whatever. It's just I acknowledge communication is hard, so just mainly that. Okay, you know what? I think that will be it. That's good enough for the speed painting. And now the big part. So yeah, that's not the hardest. If you are somebody who wants to paint NMM and you've come to the right place. Okay. I want to have like blue reflections, so something like this, you see. And so first off, going to start with this called, this is a bluish thing. So let's just, oh, better idea. I have to grab a paint if I can. It's behind the camera. Yeah. Okay, got it. Cool, basalt gray, which is a darker version of this. Is a very nice start for what I want to do. Shake it well, because this is oh, this is Vallejo from maybe 10 years ago. So the paint is not as good. I have a sudden regain of energy considering I'm about to finish, and I'm pretty comfortable with that flat surface. Hopefully we can do some funky, good looking reflection. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So I want a big reflection, one here and one here. I think it's fair. Maybe something from the ground. We can have fun with. I have a lot of paint on my palette already, so that's okay. Edge highlight to begin. And not that I won't redo it before I finish, but I think it gives a good structure. And so you see more or less the extent of the highlights you have to paint. Is it okay to make advertising for your channel? Sorry, what do you mean? Is it okay to talk to people about my channel? If that's what you mean, that would be the best, definitely the best. And I would be very thankful for sure. You see, have very tiny audience. So I'm very thankful for people who join. So here, first I have to place the light. I will, how to say, one here, yeah, that's good, and one here. So it's consistent. Maybe one at the very end here. Something like this. Wait for it to dry, and you see this is already a lot better than the first part I did here, because it's not blended enough. Something like this. So it's not too hard to blend really. The most important is the placement, really, that's key. Now, just talking, I know some people from the writing world with a little bigger audience like Tab Murphy, who worked on Disney Atlantis. Oh, you mean people who have wider audience, right? Did they write books? Oh, Kerry Cole, the man who made Roger Rabbit. Do you think they would be interested by a channel, a painting channel? Maybe if they are painter themselves, but, or I don't know. You know, if something could happen, definitely could, for this kind of collaboration. I don't know what idea you have, but for me it rings a bell. Like if they have a book or a story, and I could do a diorama about the book, definitely that's something, you know, that could be a pretty, how to say, original form of collaboration. I will, okay, use some the Oxford blue to reflect the light from the ground. So here my highlight from the bottom would be the same recipe that I've done for the stones here. I think it's a pretty smart way to integrate the model into the scenery. Some blue here and there. But yeah, so if you feel like there would be, some interest, or I don't know, what kind of idea you have in mind, but why not? And here is the first time I'm about to use this snow blue I got. So I don't do the intermediate blue, in fact, because I don't have much room on the miniature. Yeah, I don't have much room on the miniature, so I would better do a string of paint from my first pass to this highlight paint directly. Oh yeah, okay, I'm trying to keep it clean, which is always something. Sometimes it's not that easy. Oh yeah, there is an air bubble in there. Yeah, okay, good. Now it's clean, and I can close the lid. You see these kind of problems. Tab is involved in filmmaking and screenwriting. He's having a big Facebook community with nerds like me, and then interesting. Wow, that would be lovely, man. That would be lovely, and I would be very thankful for that. You see, happy to paint, and I would be happier even to paint for more people. And so, of course, for me, I don't think an artist could ask for more than people who are fond of or interested in what he's doing. I think that's the really nice to have. Oof. Holding my breath here for the painting. Today no shaking on camera. It's more about reaching more people. Yeah, exactly. Today no shaking. There has been a lot of shaking today because it's just above my shoulder, and so when I go on the right side to pick the paint, sometimes that's how it happens usually. But yeah, reaching more people, definitely great. I would see if there is an influx of people, suddenly I will know it's from you. Whoops, a bit of shaking. Yes, I'm mixing and really getting close to how is it living in Asia country? I was in the live. For a German, it's like living in another world. I'm just curious. I've been living there for, let me think, 8 years. The thing is, there are stages there are stages. The first is discovery, everything is exciting. The third is, the second would be annoying. You would be annoyed because the culture is different, and you're like, oh yes. The third, I would say, is a mix of both. Just finding your place in the, in the social environment, I would say, and being foreign and bringing what you have to bring, and also kind of getting influenced, of course, in some of your ways of life by the local culture, for sure. But yeah, the first time, it's really. But I think it's great because it helps you. I think it has helped me understand my own culture so much better. Because, of course, everybody would think that, well, you take your own culture as the norm. And so when you can compare, sorry, I'm focusing a bit here on the edge highlight. When you can compare, all of a sudden, you would have this, oops. Let me, I see you wrote a comment. I have to watch this and then I will come to read it. Yeah, okay. Sorry, oh yeah, the pain. It's my hand after hour of wearing, my hands are hurting, shaking too. Never thought about the same aspect in painting. To be fair, my left hand, if I would say, is a bit more. It's not hurting, but a bit slightly less comfortable than this one because this is very light. But here I have a firm grip, and so the firm grip is. Yeah, it is a bit of a strain, but not that much. It's all right. Not painful. Not painful, so I can continue. Okay, I will reestablish the shadow. Yeah, his sword is kind of slicing his bag here, his leather bag. Sounds like in an adventure you need to be brave to leave the own culture and live in another. Yeah, well, I was very young also, so I think that helps. I would say pretty young. I'm 32. 32, so I would say it's pretty young. And, been there for 8 years, so I was, 20 something. So 20 something, yeah, you, you just go for it. But for instance, my mom, she has come a few times, but she cannot get used to it, of course. Okay, I'm trying to find the right balance for this one. Okay. Dark, yes, black. in there like this. And I will start to have some white in the highlight now, because I've just used that very light blue, snow blue. Okay, something like this. I will use that pure snow blue now for the last highlight before the white. Oh wow, the white might not even be necessary. This is pretty bright. Yeah, and because it's cold and I'm 30 and already feel on some days like 100. Yeah, happens. I can relate. In fact, today took me a good amount of time to really start the day. I went to bed late yesterday night because I'm designing and printing my diorama pieces, and so it was not fresh really this morning. So yeah, I'll go to white. I'll go to white because here I think it deserves it. A nice bright reflection, and his little sword is popping pretty hard, which is nice. I think I won't do the gems here, just specular here, there, boom, and there. Speed paints, good. Otherwise I'm never going to finish. Hop, there we go. Okay, pretty cool. Got a nice bright highlight here. The blending is fine. It's not the best, but it's fine. Here we go. Okay, maybe one last dot of white, to be honest, and that will be good for this side of the sword. There will be the other side, but it will be faster. Something like this. So it's obnoxiously highlighted, but fine. So I get a nice bright highlight in there. Okay, I will do two things. The first one, maybe orange brown, I don't know. I'm thinking what I should do with that. I want to add a bit of colors in there. But I have to think about it. You know, should I do it maybe some, I don't know, a bit of blue here. Maybe yes, here. Oh yeah, I know. Okay. Trick. I know exactly what I have to do. So here I will use that on the sun side and I will use that on the cool side. Let me shake that well. Oh, I will wait and be patient and do first the bottom. So the bottom is easy, no problem. It will be a lot faster. Oh, something like this. And we glaze back with the pure Oxford. Okay, something like this. Now do the black shadows. Here and here. Okay. So here I'm taking my time to polish. In fact, NMM, painting NMM, I just love it. Let me explain. Yes, I'm in the frame, good. Okay, something like this. Image highlight here for the side of the blade catching the sun. Something like this. Just very subtle. And then a bit of blue, a bit of yellow, just like I said, and that will be done. Very good. This and that. And okay. Dark blue, but in fact it's pretty light. Okay, starting with this kind of fluorescent yellow, although it's not per se fluorescent. It's just kind of, I think it's the equivalent would be laser yellow. You see it here. I have to be subtle. Still, I don't want to, you know, but. I will let it dry. Have a second go, although here it's pretty subtle. Yeah, something like this I think is enough. Yep. This is a very beautiful blue. Said the dark blue, but it's just blue. Okay. Not satisfied with that, so just reworking a bit. think more or less that will be this. Downplaying the highlight slightly. So here, really being finicky about the last steps of the blending and highlight, really. So I don't look at it maybe tomorrow and say like, oh no, I could have finished this and that. Okay, well, that's the vision I had for this little guy. Tell me if you enjoyed the live. So it's been 230 minutes. I don't know how many. It's almost 4 hours. Yes, 3 hours and 50 minutes to paint this guy. I think that's the first time I've ever done it on the channel. And if you liked it, if you think it's cool or whatever, you can tell me. I would like to know more about what you thought of this big live session. Pretty big live session, but I'm pretty happy with the result. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Remember, for very first on the channel, I have a partner that introduces an offer 5% promotion if you want to do your wallpaper on your walls. They do many things, but one that may interest us could be the sci-fi, maybe something else, but this, I think, I saw their products pretty cool. So there is a code CTB05. When you check out, you can enter the code and get further 5%. It's cumulative, so if they have another promotion, you can get that in addition. Of course, you don't really improvise to do your wall paper, but if you have these plans, they do quality products with beautiful designs. So guys, I think it's done for this live, and I hope it looks really good. Have a nice day. Yes, Lucifer, have a nice day, and see you next time. Bye bye everybody.